Listen, yeah, what's going on? W.I.G.Y Radio Podcast. Your man Majestic 419 here with that special guest, my man Taylorman in the building,
Here,
man. What's
here,
poppin'?
here, man.
Hey, man, you know, hey, thank you for joining me, man. I know you're busy, very busy, man. You in motion, you moving, like you always been. And just wanted to let the people know where you from, man. Quit messing with your damn camera. I gotta hear you. I can't hear you now.
Can't hear me.
Yeah, now I can hear. Now I can hear you. Now I can.
I'm about to say, like, what the fuck? All right, what you want to know?
Let the
I'm,
people
I'm, I'm,
know
I'm
who
wide
you
open.
are, where you from, man.
Well, for those that do not know, a lot of people most likely know. It's your boy Taylor, man. Born in Toledo, Ohio, man. Been out here in New York for over almost 20 years now, and
Yeah.
been doing the music, been doing the basketball, been doing the movies, been doing a lot of things, even DJing. And I'm here, man. I'm here with your boy Majestic. He got his own podcast, radio station up, doing what he do best. And I'm here to talk about whatever, he wants to ask me to tell the world. So here we are.
You know it, man. I'm glad you finally got a chance to be on here, man, because we have never I've never put you in this seat. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
yeah,
do no drink champs, you know what I'm saying, type of
yeah,
answers, questions
yeah.
and nothing
Drink
like that.
champs.
But I'm just gonna get to like, the point, man. So tell the fans,
Yeah.
man, how long you been doing this, man? Tell them how long you been doing the music, the movies, all that.
So the music, man, we started music 2003, 2004.
All right.
So about 2004, 2004, I started doing music. I started producing. I started writing music, and then eventually learned how to like engineer and record and fucking just put songs together. Then it went from that to basically putting projects together, albums, learning how to market it, learning how to like just evolve throughout the
Throws on me, Cap. You know, throws on me, Captain, all the way.
all the way. So now here I am where I really ain't even trying to do music unless I'm writing a movie now.
Right.
So, with the music industry where it's at now, I really have a desire to, impress a crowd with, new music. I mean, like I'll still do it. It just depends on what for, what's the angle, what's the direction of it. And for me, personally, on my own behalf, if I'm gonna do it, it has to be for film. If an artist came to me and wanted me to do a feature, absolutely. It just depends on who the artist is, what kind of song we doing. Again, the angle.
Right. Right. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man,
yeah,
because you've been doing it a long time, bro. And me and you've
yeah,
been knowing each other for a long time, 2 decades to be exact. You know what I'm saying? So we
yeah,
done did a lot
yeah.
of
It's
things.
been a while.
We done traveled. We done went outside our circle, like to Dallas and shit, and met people, and you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? With our
we've been
man
around.
Magic
We got
Wand,
around.
big shout out to Magic Wand, man. Hope you're doing better. We're gonna see you on here soon. But my man Taylor, man, I just wanted to get down, with you and let people know like your talents, man. Tell the people like your hidden talents, a hidden talent that people don't know about you.
Hitting. God, all right, so like hidden talent is observation, and basically just listen to what's happening from individuals in whatever atmosphere that it's in. I think that's the most vicious hidden talent that I carry is the observation of listening and watching what's happening, or looking at a situation and being able to take that situation and create my own situation. It's basically learning is the most hidden talent. I think anybody can have that hidden talent. You know, I don't think anyone could really go wrong with learning. Learning never stops. You would think at some point you have been learned it all, but no, as you get older, you start to notice, like, damn, I'm still learning. At whatever age you're at, you're still learning. You're still processing things. You're still looking at new things. You're still kind of like, wow, you know, it's still more to life and more to things that you're doing when you're advancing and evolving to higher levels. And you would think there's a ceiling, then you get high enough to where you're still looking up and there's still more levels you have not touched. So I would say my more hidden talent is more observation and listening and learning. Those are like literally the top three. That would be the more hidden talents. But I think that would withstand in a lot of people, for the smarter individuals, I would say.
Right. Right. And you a smart guy, man. You went to college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell the people what you took up in college, man, because I want them to understand that sometimes you got to do stuff to make yourself better, and with some knowledge that you might not have had just doing it on your own, and you know what I'm saying, processing it a lot on your own. Sometimes you got to go to some community college or another college to get right and sharpen your skills. So let people know.
So, so Toledo, Ohio. I grew up on the west side of Toledo, Bancroft and Upton. A lot of people know, between damn, what's the fuck is the name of the street? You got Monroe, Bancroft, Auburn, and Upton. Bancroft, between Auburn and Upton, most likely west side, and then on the other side, I was mostly hanging out over near Parkside, University of Toledo. Me and a couple of my guys, we used to sneak in Savage Hall just to play on those rims, man. Them rims was dope when we were freaking kids, man. We used to sneak in there and they kick us out, and I had to get a feel of those rims, man. And it was just like, oh man, it gave me life of basketball, bro. So only me and a couple of my guys, we used to do that. So but basically my point is, growing up in that area, I went to Nathan Hale Elementary, which I hear is no longer there. I heard they tore it down. Went from elementary to DeVoe Junior High, over off of not Alexis, but DeVoe is on dang, I can't remember the street.
Phillips?
The name of the
Is it
street.
Phillips?
It's still up. Phillips? It might be Phillips. Yeah, it might be Phillips. It might be Phillips.
Phillips,
yeah, I know it's over.
like
yeah, it's over. It might. Yeah, it might be somewhere over there. Well, DeVoe Junior High. That's where I went to the junior high school. Apparently, it was separate from high schools, because here in New York, the high schools and the junior high are together. They're actually integrated. Right. Yeah, ours was separate. We went from elementary that had its own building, junior high had its own building, high school had its own. Everything had its own fucking building. So I went to DeVoe, 7th and 8th grade, and then I went to. It's kind of weird. When I got to high school, I went to Wait and Scott, because I went to Scott for radio broadcasting. That's how I became a DJ.
Right.
And then when I got to Wait is where I graduated. But I only went to Scott to do the radio broadcasting thing, because they had it on the 4th floor. They had the radio station on the 4th floor. And I was just up there just DJing and just doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. And that's how I got my major into that. So yeah, I went to school there, and then I went to college. I went to Owens, and then I transferred to University of Toledo, and then eventually I branched off of University of Toledo, hanging around the wrong friends. Unfortunately, I didn't get to finish. I went through that whole academic probation and all of that. And my major started as a teacher. Actually, my first major was to be a teacher, and then I switched that up. I was just like, okay, this is not what I want to do. I am changing this. And then I went from being a teacher to film. And film, unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get to finish, but University of Toledo really didn't have a far
Mm-hmm.
a far line of the film major. But I did start the film major and did not get to finish. So I ended up going to like the library and all of that when I didn't finish college, and just learning the ins and outs of like editing, script writing, um, angles, camera work, audio work, microphone,
Right.
cameras. I learned all. Actually, I didn't go to college for that. I actually went to the library and learned all of that just off of self drive,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense. And then
Yeah.
from there, man, it was like all I needed was just to learn how to operate softwares. From there, operate softwares, putting my team, knowing how to, run your audio, knowing how to run your video, knowing how to sync, integrate it together,
Right.
mixing, and it just became a bigger task of a project once you got to that type of stage of like projects. It was
Right.
bigger than just music. Audio was easy. When I got the film, that shit was just like, oh man, we're talking keyframes, we're talking effects, we're talking lighting, we're talking sound, we're talking so many things
Angles,
integrated in the
different
mixing board.
angles of the, different
Yeah,
angles.
you're talking whole different monster of engineering, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it was fun though. For me, it was fun. I still do it today. And so now I kind of got it with my eyes closed. Back then, I was still learning, you
Right.
know. So, but yeah, that's where it all began. Toledo, Ohio is where it all began.
Okay. Okay. That's hey, and like I said, you gotta let people know this because some people don't know what angle to take or where to go. You know what I'm saying? That try to
Yeah,
do the things that you're doing. So I want to ask
yeah.
you this too. Where did you actually learn that editing and engineering? Did you like do it on your own from at Scott, or did you go from college, take what you know to college, build your own studio, and then start working at Rough Draft?
Um, we're talking music or we're talking film.
Like a little bit of both, because some people just good at engineering music, some people just good at editing film, but you're like a diverse, you like do both. So I wanted you to know, let
Right?
the fans know, like did you when you sharpened your skills, did it was it more so of the college thing, or did you just like go in the engineering, I mean go in your own studio that you built and really practice the craft?
Um, what do you have? I'll start there.
Okay.
Um, the music, I really didn't have anyone to teach me that, but I don't know. I've always another hidden. Okay, so this is another one of my hidden abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I started engineering the music to where I was recording, mixing, mastering, and stuff like that, when you go back to some of my early recordings, which I do not, by the way, I do not pull that shit out the cold. That shit in the cold, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I recorded that. The recordings were very amateur. Um, and I knew nothing about levels, mixing, mix downs, mastering, echo, noise gates, all of these things that's playing a part in recording the audio. And that we're talking studio recording, music only.
Right.
I was just straight out raw records. I was recording songs in my first stages. This is before the Street Destruction album. This is back on the Come Up, actually. The
Right.
Come Up has a lot of those recordings where
Right.
I was just recording it raw.
You say just putting
But
that bit out there.
I do that? Oh my God. No, no one told me to stop or like anything like, but then I didn't have anyone around me. So it all makes sense. I was recording those songs on those particular projects raw, no EQ, just raw vocals just out there, and keep that on the hard drive. I don't really let it out. So but the learning process of recording that was I actually went through the instruction manual and then I just kind of like I finessed it in my own way. I like, okay, if I want to do this, okay, I could do that. I could hit this button to do that, and I could do this button to do that, but I'm going to do it this way and that way, and I'm going to do that this way. And I just kind of found my own swag of the engineering table a little bit. Right in that beginning stage, I had my own swag of how I was doing things. Like, okay, I'm gonna stack these vocals. I'm gonna double that. And then you start finding your recording process there too. You know, you start learning what's your style of recording. Because after a while, like now, I can walk in the studio now. I know how I want to record whatever verse I'm doing for anybody that I'm doing the verse for. I know exactly how I want to do it, But back then, I was trying to figure it out. I was learning that style. I was learning that format. And it took a minute, but all I had really was the instruction manual. I didn't really have anyone to coach me on the audio engineering. I just actually grew better at that. Okay. And then, when I start, like, I'll listen to one of my songs, and then I'll go listen to like a 50 Cent record. I'll be like, God damn, his shit sounds so much better than mine. What am I doing wrong here? Like, I need to figure out what it is I need. I need to get to that sound right there.
Right.
I need to figure it out, and it becomes a journey because now you're searching for like the sound.
Right.
Because, your sound amateur, his sounds professional. Of course, he's a major artist. So, of course, he's going to have the $1 million sound. So that's where I became really, really great friends with the Guitar Center. The Guitar Center was my best freaking friend at that time.
Right.
Because I had to figure out how to get quality. And the only way you can get quality is through a sound store. You have to go to the sound store. I ain't gonna lie, I did start at Radio Shack, but that is no longer around. Right. No one knows about Radio Shack. Nobody knows about Radio Shack.
They don't.
Radio Shack was the first place I went to. And then once I went through that, they didn't carry the items that was needed for me to get that professional sound. So I'm like, okay, then who else carries this shit? And then the Guitar Center came around. All right, let me go to the Guitar Center. So now you're talking bands, you're talking DJs, you're talking real engineers who comes here and shop at this type of store.
All right.
So now I'm getting cool with the guys who knows all about sound now, and that's how I was able to come up with a great sound. And that's how I was able to do a lot of remixes. If you listen to a lot, I don't know if you heard all the remixes I did with like on professional songs. Like there were times in the early 2000 era where, a hot song would come out and everybody jump on it and just put it back out.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was, all right, if this is a T-Pain record, first of all, I'm going to match T-Pain quality. I'm going to throw a 16 verse on this bad boy, mix it down, blend it in, and throw that bitch back out to the streets. And back then, I was selling mix CDs. I was doing the DVDs and mixtapes. That was the whole purpose of doing that back then. Because back then, when I was selling the mix CDs, I was all over that shit. So I was selling myself just as well I was selling everybody else's shit. I was on it too. So it benefited me. And I got that promotion. I got that attention.
Right.
But I ended up being able to match the sound, is the goal. So now I turn around, I do an E40 record. I can match his sound. I do a 50 Cent remix. I can match his sound. I'm doing all kind of fucking remixes.
Right.
And I'm matching sound. You know, Lil Wayne, all of these dudes, you know, I'm right in there. And I perfected it so well, people thought I was in the studio with these motherfuckers, man. I got the hood like, yo, you got a song with Wayne? You know, because there would be times where I would take a record, break it up. I'll record my verse over the beat. I'll remaster the beat to where it matches the actual record of the volume levels, and I would throw my verse on it, remix it in, throw that bitch in the center. Like not even in the beginning. I'm in the middle. Like I'm coming after somebody in the midst of the record, and they like, damn, how the fuck? Like, yo, what? Like, hey, how you do that? And it's just like when you learn how to engineer really well, you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Right.
You know? And then starting from scratch, I went from starting off an instruction manual to like enhancing more to like going to like Radio Shack, them not having all these answers. Then I went to the Guitar Center. They started having the answers and the equipment that I needed. And then from that point, it was just like the whole engineering of music. I kind of just did it. I kind of learned it on my own. I didn't get it overnight though. It took time. It took a couple years. Definitely took a couple years. Took a couple years for mastery, but it elevated every year. It elevated, you know, and I don't take any of that back, man. Like it's just like I could walk in the studio now and what do you want to do?
Right.
You know
and that's with any program too. Like you good with any
almost
program.
yeah. Like it just if it's something I'm familiar with, yeah, okay. And if it's not, then I'm gonna ask who runs the program. All right, so how do you do that? And how do you do that? I'm trying to do this and trying to do that. How do I go about it? You know?
Right.
And once you show me that, all right, cool. Now I know my own niche to it. Right. But you know, and that goes back to learning. Right. Learning never stops. There's nobody in the world that can sit here and be like, I know everything. Oh, you don't. No, You're lying. You're lying. You know what I'm saying? So, but for sound, that's how it began for me, and that's how it got to where I am today. To where, if I wanted to go home and put a whole album together right now, I could, and have it the sound mastered down to the T. Like you heard my double album Resurrection. That's probably my best work.
Yeah. No doubt.
Especially the R&B side, that was harder than the hip hop side.
Right. you know? Yeah, no doubt, man.
You know?
I mean, I'll be playing at you and Tracy Bread, man.
The Rare Breed Tracy.
That all around is a hit banger for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them tracks that you can hear from 20, 30 years from now, still banging. You know what I mean?
And you know, we recorded that bad boy way back in 2007, 8. And that song sound like I recorded it probably 2 years ago.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a banger, man. So I wanted to let the people know, man, about your albums, man. How many you got? You got such a collection. You know what I'm saying? So express that.
Yeah. The albums. I didn't plan to have a whole lot of albums. I planned to really wanted to tap into being able to do a great album, a great EP, and a great double album, and then go movie soundtracks the rest of the way from there. I didn't have to have a whole bunch of albums because, you know, with me being independent and all, you know, like, I mean, shit, all my money came off the streets of me, like, promoting myself and working my 9 to 5. You know, I never sold drugs or anything like that, so I didn't have like heavy money to do heavy things. Right. You know, like a lot of artists, you know, have. I think like, so I got like one album that's like maybe 15 songs, A Determination to Maintain, that came out in 2014. It's funny because there's another album I got, The Street Destruction. I never even like put that out fully. I kind of just let that go.
Yeah.
And that's still sitting in the chamber, you know?
Right.
So The Street Destruction, but I'm really not gonna count that because it's not out into the world. Right. But definitely Determination to Maintain. That's like a 15-song album. The Empire State Life, that's my favorite EP I've ever made. I had so much fun. That was when I first moved to New York. That was like my first project I recorded here in the fucking city of New York. I was so hyped to be here in New York City. I'm like, yo, I'm recording this project in New York. I'm right in the heart recording this project. You know, this ain't Toledo. Like I did the Determination to Maintain in Toledo. Actually, I did like 100. I did over 100 records in Toledo that never came out. I still got in on the hard drive. But when I did the Empire State Life EP, when I came out with records, you know, like Need a Drink, Coming Home with Me, what's the other record I got?
That's so many
Currency.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, Currency was my favorite because I woke up one day and I was like, yo, I'm about to rap about all the money around the motherfucking globe. The currency there is out here. And it just, my ideas just started kicking and I'm like, all right, I'm writing. And I wrote that bad boy so fast and I was just hyped. That whole EP, I was just hyped. And then My Eyes on You. Yeah, Eyes on You. That was a really fun record. Dahlia Louise sung the chorus on that. Yo, that was her first time recording a song with an artist, and it was just he killed it, man. He killed it. Like that's my favorite EP right there. Empire State Life EP. That was all New York, man.
So basically, you're saying you basically had fun with that whole album. You was just having fun.
So much. It was an EP. Those five songs on that EP. I was having such a blast. None of that was hard at all. Like I ran through that in almost. Well, it took a week to get through because of the features. I had like 2 features, but I had those songs recorded in no time. I spent more time mixing it more than anything.
Yeah.
Recording it, I had done in a day.
Okay.
You know? I was moving. When I'm having fun, I'm moving. I ain't going to sleep. I ain't doing none of that. It's happening. We about to do this. You know? It's the creativity. Like it's like I can't wait for the world to hear this shit. Like I'm ready to go. You know, I was amped. I was so amped. The Empire State Life was a fun project. And then let me see, that was D2M, and then I had the Empire State Life. Another project I had fun with was the Christmas EP. The Christmas was oh my God, my favorite record was The Grinch. Oh man, yo, when I wrote that record, I was thinking of the most devilish shit I could say. Thinking of everybody like, yo, I'm about to write this record right here about me going all around Manhattan, taking everybody's shit out of Manhattan. I'm about even radio station. I'm taking their shit too. I'm taking everybody. I'm 97 Power 105 it all. And it was just like I was just like I'm taking it all. You know, and I was having so much fun with the creativity, bro. Like writing that Grinch record. Writing that Grinch record was fun. And then I don't know if you heard it or not, but then it was like when it starts, you'll hear me say, "I hate
you." Yeah.
I thought about it. There's no lawsuit. Let me go ahead and take this. Did it, you know? So what I did was I got in the booth and I played that Jim Carrey line off the movie like maybe 10 times. I took like 10 takes because I was trying to hit the I hate you note on point as good as he did it. So it took me about 10 takes, and once I got it right, I took Jim Carrey off. I left me on, mixed it, boom, it was good. So now people hear that shit. Yeah.
Hey, so I don't mean to cut you off. So I just wanted to ask you too. Like, I know you did that the Christmas, the D2M. You know what I'm saying? You got the Street Destruction. You got to come up from. That's your first start. You know what I'm saying? The latest one is what?
Resurrection.
Resurrection. Yeah, Resurrection. But I want you to tell the people about the mixtape you used to do back in the days. Because you was going crazy with that, but we're gonna say that for another time. What I want to ask you right now is, like, what's the future for Taylorman? What's the future, man? Let the people know what's up with you, what you looking forward in the future.
I ain't 20 no more, man. On TV. I got like 2 TV series ideas that I'm currently scripting. And then I'm thinking about one short film. And I'm thinking more film and doing the music around that for the film. And I'm thinking I'm really in the film field for sure. I want to act. I want to be more acting because I got so many crazy ideas for a TV series. A couple of TV series actually. I have a couple. So I'm gonna definitely get into this film thing, and once I get that rolling, bro, that's the next time you're gonna hear from me is gonna be more like a TV series, and the music you hear from me will be for the TV series and pertain. You know how like 50 got power, how 50 did records only when it came to power. He did those records for power and outside of being in power himself, you know. And I want to create a TV series to where I get the crowd in love with it, to where I could pull myself out and leave that motherfucker on autopilot and just continue to keep a great storyline to it, to keep people willed into it without me having to even be in it. And I'm behind more. I went from the front of the screen to behind the curtain, you know. And I'm thinking more in that sense, and just creating a trend that very few can mark, you know. And me coming from Toledo, I think I've already done half of that, you know. And yeah, just keep it coming, man, and just keep working and having fun. That's all I'm planning. Look, I'm in film and DJing weddings, parties. You know, I'm not really performing on stage like that because, you know, it's a different time, it's a different crowd. I think the YNs are more in control of that now, you know, as far as like live performances on stage. I mean, if somebody invite me, I'll come rock the stage, but I really don't have a strong interest in doing that on my own because, you know, I don't know, like, I don't really have a strong enough fan base independently to go out and do those type of things, but I could definitely, like, you know, I can get behind some turntables, and I got a crazy following for that. So, you know, I'm going with what's working, you know, and that's really all anyone can do nowadays is to go with what's working, the things that you have created for yourself, you know. So I created a lot of avenues. It's just about which avenue is working and which avenue do I want to do, you know?
Right.
So, and that's all this is. Really all
man. This is. Hey, and I'm glad that you came on the show, man, to let people know who you are. You know, you've been a real good friend, a brother of mine for a long time, man. We done did a lot of things together, man. You even showed me New York, you know what I'm saying? So I thank you for that. And I just want you to let the people know how to get in contact with you, your information, and how to listen to your music and everything, and your movie.
Yeah. Well, Taylorman.com. Everything's there.
Y'all hear it, man.
Everything's
Taylorman.com, man. Forget the Instagram. I mean,
TaylormanTV.com.
he's on Instagram, but it's at Taylorman. At Taylorman on Instagram. At Taylorman on all the social media platforms. But if you want all the exclusive stuff, t-shirts, the movies, music, anything, you want to call him up to DJ an event, hit him up. Taylorman.com, man.
Taylorman TV.
TaylormanTV.com, y'all. And y'all heard it right here first, man. Hey, man, thanks for coming by, bro. Appreciate the time you gave, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm gonna reach out to send you the footage too, man, of this. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you can edit better than I can. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I give you that. You know.
I think I'll let you take the wheel on this
one. Yeah, I just keep networking. Like we always do. Y'all know we got the show. Yeah. You know, Taylorman Majestic. You know the back. You know, we talk about sports zone update review show. We got that. You know, debate show. We doing that every Thursday, 10 p.m. If I can get my shit together, get it straight, we got that. We got that going every Thursday. So y'all stay locked in, man. It's your man Majestic, 419 W.I.G.Y Radio podcast interview. My special guest right there, that man, the myth, the legend, Taylorman.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
We'll see you on the other side, man. You keep doing your thing, man. Stay in touch.
Always. You too, man.
You know how we go. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.